is really about creating a space physically in like classroom or in a work environment where people can actually bring their true selves to that space. They can feel confident and comfortable doing that. So for example, in the workspace, if I'm a manager and I'm having a meeting, I can create a sense of psychological safety by listening to my employees' suggestions, not pushing back on their questions. The more people feel like they can participate without negative consequences, the more psychological safety is present in that space. When a person has a role of authority, maybe they're a manager or an executive even, let's say, it is essential to make sure that your employees feel heard and respected. That is an essential piece of building psychological safety in the workplace. So an example of that might be an employee makes a suggestion that I, as the executive, do not agree with. My initial response is not, no, you're wrong, right? That's an immediate shutdown. My response would be something more like, that's a really interesting suggestion. I'd love to hear more. That way, I'm giving the employee the opportunity to elaborate and explain why they're making the suggestion. Everybody might have an opinion or a perspective, and I want employees at every level of my organization to feel like they can come to me. So have you heard open door policy? Right? It's that same idea as an open door policy where I truly mean if you have an idea or a concern that you can come to me. You might, again, an employee might not be part of every single meeting, but they have the opportunity for their voice to be heard. And as the executive creating psychological safety, I genuinely, sincerely want that to happen. When top management puts an agenda or an objective and goals on certain divisions within a company, it can be challenging to balance that we must do with the need for psychological safety with your employees. One of the ways that you can try to balance that agenda versus the psychological safety is having those conversations with your employees. This is what we're being asked to do, and you represent that open space for your employees to share their concerns, to share their suggestions, and then you as the manager can be the advocate for their voices and bringing that back to the table. Now, not always is that going to change the agenda, and I think we have to recognize that. But if you are a manager and you're being told from top managers to do something, it is still within your purview, and I would say still within your responsibility to create a space for your employees where they feel safe coming to you with their concerns so that you can then brainstorm together, right? If we can allow students to do that and we can encourage our employees to do that and we provide a space where people are comfortable pushing back, again, assuming a positive intent, then I feel like we can really start to build this sense of psychological safety in every space. The more people who are practicing it for themselves and the more managers and leaders who are embracing that idea for their people, the more productive and positive our environments are going to be.